Hello, how are you? I'm in Barcelona and I'm getting ready for today. I thought it would be fun to switch it up a little and film a get ready with me for my YouTube channel instead of for my TikTok. I turned 30 a couple of days ago and I had the time of my life on this trip. Today's our last day, by the way. By the time you see this video, you'll actually already have seen the Barcelona vlog, and you'll probably also have seen what it was like for me to visit all the different Cheetah Girls locations from the Cheetah Girls 2 movie. I feel like it was such a surreal experience even yesterday. So yesterday was actually our third day in Barcelona. I have a little sample of the NARS Tahoe foundation. So I'm gonna use that up today. Came with a little spatula. So I'm gonna use that. Just spread it everywhere. I think it's really interesting because yesterday when we were at the Palau Dalmases, I think it's really interesting because every single one of the spots, I didn't feel like a very emotional feeling. Like it was really cool to see and everything, and you kind of look around and you think like, oh, this is when this happened and this is when that happened, and oh, they probably filmed it this way. I'm very much into cinematography and I feel like it's really cool how movies get made. But then yesterday when we were at Palau Dalmases, something about just seeing, oh, everything everywhere. 1 second, girl. I'm trying to do this without a mirror. Is it smart? Absolutely not. So yeah, something about that moment and seeing what it looked like in real life and always having dreamed about what it would be like, and then finally being there, I think it kind of reminded me of how rough my 20s were. I know that sounds so crazy to say out loud. Everyone, of course, has their own favorite movie, right? And The Cheetah Girls is one of my favorite movies. I wouldn't say it's my absolute favorite, but it's one of those movies where it kind of makes me think about the dreams that I have and how achievable they are. I also think about the fact that you don't even see them win in the actual movie, but you just know that all the dreams that they have, eventually their dreams are going to work out, and it's such a surreal reminder moment for me every single time I watch it. I feel like I watch it usually when I'm having a bit of a hard time in life. And then I'll put on the Cheetah Girls and just sing along to the songs and just enjoy myself. So then yesterday when we were finally there, which was also our last stop of the day, it just all hit me at once that my 20s are over, but I'm so grateful for my 20s and the fact that they're over and the fact that I'm 30 and I'm in my 30s and I'm going to experience completely new things. Even when I think about my 20s and I think about how broke I was and also how lonely, especially in the beginning of my 20s late teens, early 20s, when I moved to the Netherlands by myself, especially the first 2 years, I was extremely lonely. So that's more late teens. And I think about how, for example, one of my thoughts was oh, I kind of want to go to Barcelona. Let me look for a ticket. And then the ticket being 19 euros with Ryanair, which is still crazy to me because you can't find those prices now anymore. And then not being able to. Now, of course, solo travel is a lot more of a thing. But back then, I don't feel like it was talked about a lot. So I was obviously very just scared. Who's going to travel by themselves? I'm not doing that. But just thinking about moments like that where I was by myself and really wanted to do things and didn't end up going or just didn't do them at all. And then once I did have people around, not having the money to go do all the fun things that I really wish that I could do. And then now being 30 and finally in Barcelona, even though it wasn't even the plan for me to be here, my initial idea was actually to go to Disney in Paris for my 30th birthday, but then we just kept looking at tickets and they were obviously getting more and more pricey, but then we were also trying to figure out how are we gonna get there, and eventually we decided you know what, we're just gonna wait, we're just gonna see how it goes price wise and decide later on what we're going to do. And then eventually somehow, I don't even remember how, I decided that I was going to start looking online to see what kind of what was the cheapest option, basically. I just wanted to know, what's the most affordable option that we can still have a good time for my birthday, travel, see the world a little, together, just my husband and I. And then we ended up finding this hotel that we're staying at right now, which is the Sumas Stella Hotel and Spa. We found this hotel and we were like, okay, this seems like a nice option. Where is it? Okay, Costa Brava, Barcelona. Okay, fun. And then for some reason, we decided that we were going to rent a car, or when we were booking the tickets, when we booked the tickets, they actually had an option for a car, and it wasn't a lot at all. It was like 26 euros a day. So I was like, oh, like we could do that, you know? My husband doesn't really mind driving. He's not scared to drive and anywhere. I am. So then we decided, okay, then we're just gonna get a car and we'll drive around. We'll just explore Costa Brava. And then I saw a TikTok that Costa Brava is very close to Barcelona city because it is in Barcelona. And then I thought, wait, like we could have a whole cheetah trip. Like we could go a couple of days, like 1 or 2 days, drive to Barcelona. It's literally 50 minutes, I think, from this hotel to drive into the city, maybe even less, probably like 40 to 50 minutes. And just like that, like you're in Barcelona and we were able to explore every single like touristy thing. So it's really crazy and interesting to me how everything just plays out. It makes me think about how like if God has a plan for your life, everything just flows into the direction that he wants you to be in, you know? I just think everything, like it's complete, like full circle moment. I'm 30, I'm finally in Barcelona after all these years that I wanted to be in Barcelona. And we're here and we experienced it, or I experienced it. I don't really think my husband cared to be in Barcelona that bad. Also for my summer glam, what I've been loving is just liquid blush, but no cream. What's the word? I wanted to say foundation. No cream concealer. No, concealer is not the word either. What's going on with my brain? I mean contour. I feel like it gives like a little light flush, but then this way I still look like a little blushing. I'm still going to do bronzer though, but just not cream bronzer or contour. I'm just gonna bronze a little. I feel like I've been liking that. The first day though, my makeup, no. You know how when you haven't done your makeup in a little while, you somehow like struggle the first time, and you don't necessarily struggle to put it on. It's just as if like it's not meshing together or something. At least that's how I feel. The second day, I loved my makeup, and I was telling my husband like, oh, like look how good my makeup looks today. Like this is how I wish it looked yesterday. He was like, girl, you look exactly the same, which I don't really feel like it was, but okay. And another thing is, if I'm not talking and doing this routine, it takes me only like 10-15 minutes max. The problem is I'm just always talking because I'm filming a video. I'm gonna do powder right away. I must say, I feel like this powder right now is just not for my skin tone. I feel like I didn't tan enough. I did get a little sunburn on my shoulders, but that's about it, which kind of sucks. Like I was hoping that the UV was gonna be strong enough so that I can get a proper tan, because your girl's pale. Your girl's very pale. So I'm actually gonna use this kind of neutralizing setting powder for my entire face, but then I'm going to use this pressed powder for under my eyes. I think it's really funny to experience life. It feels like, how can I explain it the best way? It's really strange because even with me being on vacation right now, I'm loving this. Don't get me wrong, like I'm absolutely enjoying myself, but a part of me is just excited to have my life, like my regular day-to-day life, be just as exciting when I'm on vacation. Like that's a serious goal of mine. For example, right, with the Dream Life season that I'm uploading now with Richly Married, I'm thinking a lot about little things that will make my life better. And I didn't even realize it until this vacation that this is exactly what I'm striving for. For example, with me not being on my phone much, my screen time is so low on vacation. I love it. I mean, the height of my screen time is now definitely just the fact that I keep opening my phone so that I can take pictures and videos, because obviously I'm capturing everything. But for the most part, I'm not on any social media apps. I haven't posted in like a week. everything's just getting filmed and I'm enjoying myself, I'm enjoying the moment, and then later when I get home, that's when the world is gonna know that I've been to Barcelona. I must say though, even though I'm really excited to go home and be back on a routine, because we've been here since Sunday, today's Thursday, and I'm excited to get my life back on track. I feel like before my vacation, I really focused a lot on like, oh, I'm going on vacation, like all these things need to happen, right? Even though we booked our trip like 10 days before, it just feels like a lot longer that I was in that like limbo of, oh, this needs to get done, that needs to get done, like just no rest, no sleep for the wicked. So then now when we get back home, I can, you know, get my life in order. I can start going to the gym. I want to get a gym membership. I've decided that it's time. I mean, your girl's 30 now, you know, I need to get in shape. I would go to the gym here and there with my husband, but that would be because he's going, I could join him only once a week. But I want to start taking it serious. I want to go. If you have any advice, please let me know in the comments what you feel like I should do, or like how to start the whole process of going to the gym, because I am not a gym girly whatsoever. But I don't necessarily want to be a gym girly either, but I just want to work on my health. Like I want to be moving, I want to be busy, I want to not be on my phone too much, only be on my phone when it's time to like unwind at night, or maybe like on the train. Well, even on the train, I kind of want to not be on my phone too much. My point is, I really want to, I want like a transformation. I want to make more out of my days and just enjoy life even more and share more nice moments with family. And even though I do that, I just want more. And another thing that I really want, I'm just yapping, girl. I'm really just sitting here yapping. But another thing that I really want is to not live for the weekend. I feel like even on days that I'm working, I very quickly just want to go lay on the couch and have that be my day. But I want to do more. Like I want to do, like, you know those people, you know, like some of the girls, they actually show their life after their 9 to 5, and they're always doing something, like going out to like a bar or like a coffee shop, and they're hanging out. Especially how it's going to be really nice weather when we get back to the Netherlands. I feel like I should do that. I should be outside and enjoy myself and enjoy the weather and just enjoy life, do a little bit more. And then I'm going to give myself the option to opt out when it gets colder, because one thing about when it's colder, you really just want to be inside the house where it's nice and warm and toasty and just have a little more of like hibernation too, you know. And I feel like, yeah, I shouldn't shame myself for wanting that when that's the time either, because that's also nice. There's a lot of beauty and romantics in the floral season too. A little bit on my nose. Also, I just saw my pimple again. I got this pimple on Sunday morning, I think. Did I wake up with it? I think I did. I woke up with a pimple on Sunday morning, the day of our flight. And it's been here the entire trip. And it's just been getting bigger and bigger and more red. Anyways, girl, I'm not allowing that to spoil my fun. And I'm gonna do a little bit of blush. I'm gonna take this shade right here. Now we're gonna do brows. I have the brow pencil with me that we did on the last episode of Holy. However, I am not in the mood. I'm not in the mood to work with this one. I feel like it just takes a little too long. So I'm actually gonna use this old eyebrow pencil. Oh, I lie. Wait. I thought this was my eyebrow pencil, but it's not. It is from the same brand and it looks exactly the same. I didn't come with that one. Well, I'm gonna have to use it. I'm not gonna do the eye look that I've been loving for this vacation, that I'm definitely going to do all spring and all summer long. Very simple. Bronzer, one eyeshadow. The reason why I like this eyeshadow, because it's light, it's soft, it doesn't really do too much. It's a very old one. Oh, it's good for 36 months. Still old, still expired, but interesting that it's not 12. So first I do a little bit of bronzer, just in the crease, very messily. I don't really focus too much on it. It's just about having a bit of color, you know? And then with the same brush, I'm just gonna do a bit under my lower lash line. And I'm gonna take that eyeshadow and then also just add that on the lid. It's just for that bit of shimmer and it looks nice. And then I'm gonna do some mascara. Sometimes it depends on how I feel that day. If I have a lot of time, I'm actually going to do setting spray before mascara, because sometimes whenever I put on setting spray, I tend to close my eyes a little too much and then my mascara gets everywhere. But today, I don't really have the time, so I'm just gonna put on mascara right away. I must say though, I absolutely love this mascara. However, you really need an oil-based cleanser, or is it raining again? Ah, it is. Well, hello, rain. Yeah, I think today's gonna be a rainy day. This is the second time that it's rained. Yet last night, was it last night? No. Yesterday it also rained, but it was literally those droplets. It wasn't bad at all. This is kind of, there's a lot of rain. Girl, you want to know a secret? I know that it's not even summer yet, and we just got into spring, but whenever the weather gets like this, when it's raining, I get really excited for autumn. I get excited for Gilmore season, Gilmore Girls season. I get excited for just warm hot teas, hot chocolate. I love this. Oh, little details like this just make me love life so much more. You know, when you're young, this is how you kind of know that you're getting older or you're getting up there. Like my mom, my dad too, but mainly I remember my mom doing it a lot. She would find these little things, such as the rain or the way that the sun was shining, for example, and she would say like, oh, this is so beautiful, and I would be like, girl, that's the same sun that we see every single day, like what are you talking about? And now I am exactly the same. These little things just make my day, make them. And then we're gonna do a little bit of setting spray. Oh, that's what I was actually saying. I forgot to mention. You need an oil-based cleanser for this mascara. I don't have one right now, or even something to take oil to take off your mascara, or even the mascara melter that they have, because I tried to take off my mascara throughout this entire week and I was struggling. Like I could still feel like residue of the mascara on my face, and I was using the Wishful cleanser. It's an old one. I had a travel size that I'm trying to finish. And it wasn't really doing anything. I mean, it did do something, but you know how you could feel the residue of mascara if you don't clean your lashes properly? That's what was happening. So just so you know, really good mascara, however, needs a very good remover. Time for setting spray. This setting spray, I don't know if you know this yet, the bottle, no bueno. When you spray it on, it actually has droplets and the droplets dry. However, the setting spray formula itself is amazing. So that's why I still use it. And I just kind of pat the spots or the droplets so that they don't become actual spots and ruin my makeup. I'm trying to find my fan now. I think it's really interesting because I could tell that people are staring at me from the other rooms, but I don't care. I love vacation me. Like even when we were walking around Barcelona, I just had my vlogging camera out and I was just talking to my camera as if nothing was happening, and I loved it. I hope this part of me, maybe it's just me turning 30, who knows, but I love this part of me, and I just really hope, I really hope that this version of me could go back to the Netherlands and just start vlogging out in the open everywhere, all comfortable, because I could really use some of that. Just a little bit of lip oil. Moisturize the lip a little. This was honestly the most therapeutic episode of Holy ever. Just to sit here, share my thoughts, talk about everything that's going on in my mind. I absolutely love these Holy episodes, and I hope that you enjoy them too. I would love to keep doing them because, as you know, I love to chat and I love a bit of makeup. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a comment down below and let me know what it feels like to you to turn older. I'd love to know. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode. See you next time.